Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
You can say hi.
You can say hola.
Hola.
That's
Hola.
okay.
I'm trying to speak your language.
Yeah,
Cool.
sure.
Please-
Actually,
please.
today he said, say what you said because it was really well,
No.
with a really good accent.
How would you say?
Really well pronounced.
Vamonos?
She was talking about cockroaches.
Cucaracha?
So I said, like cucaracha.
Is that good?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's
It was,
good.
it was from his time in Cancun.
It's surprisingly good.
So-
I have a very extensive Spanish
Oh,
language.
no.
Stop.
Very
Okay.
extensive.
I'm going to continue off of.
Okay, extensive.
I don't know if it was
I
yesterday's.
don't know about extensive either.
I have a very
You have a-
unique. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before when we were talking about true Bears fans, and I'm not a true Bears fan because I wouldn't go
Right.
to the Bears game. So, question for you, Mr. True Bears fan. Sunday.
Last Sunday.
No, this Sunday.
This
Again,
Sunday.
they're playing Cleveland.
this Sunday,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're playing Cleveland
Yeah.
in Chicago.
In Chicago.
The high is going to be 10.
Yeah.
Want to go? I got 50-yard line
You already
tickets.
said you were going to take me.
No, Packers game. This is the week before. Stop. There's a
No,
game.
no. He said this weekend.
Oh,
I
That's
didn't
what we
say
were
that
talking
either because
about.
I'm going out of town.
That's right.
Would you go
Never
at,
mind.
at 10 degrees?
If I was here, for sure.
You wear that?
No, for sure.
But
no.
I wouldn't wear that. I just when I go to the game, I
Naked?
take
Topless? You're one of the guys just write
Yeah.
Bears?
Yeah, Bears.
Like it cover both nipples, just Bears?
Zero
There we go.
chance.
Would you go to a game with him if he
chance.
took his shirt off?
Yeah, I don't care. I'd be like, I don't know this guy.
Just like
I'm
this?
not with him.
You just sit here like this, cover?
I'm probably the last person that's going to go to a game and take my shirt off.
Well, there's two ways you go there. Either you have to be completely ripped.
What, are people doing it? Is that a thing?
No.
Oh, you know what?
Other
People,
than the
I
coach?
guarantee you at the Bears game, somebody will have their shirt off. Guarantee you. If there's a prediction market,
But
hey,
if they
Jeff,
win.
let's see if there. No, forget that. Let's see if there's a prediction market on that one. I'd be willing, I'll buy that. That somebody takes their shirt off at the Bears game for sure. So there's two ways you either go. You either have to be completely ripped or just a slob.
No, some
I'm
people.
going to say majority are going to be slobs.
College, you see a lot of guys
slobs
who
or drunk.
drunk slobs.
let's call it a dad bod.
Way worse than a dad bod.
Way worse?
Way worse. Way worse than a dad bod. Like you
I
see.
haven't been to a game in a long time. So.
Oh, yeah. You'll see. Watch the game. I guarantee you will see people, somebody guarantee you with their shirt off. It's at 10 degrees.
I mean, if I had to pick the stadium I wanted to be in, when people take their shirts off, it wouldn't be Soldier Field.
Not be Soldier Field.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
no.
Florida State, Alabama,
I was going to say Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Soul's trying to figure that out, but we won't. We won't
Yeah.
cover that.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I will stay here. I'm not going to Alabama. No, thank you.
Oh, there's no hypothermia market. We need to create one. See, that would be a thing.
There's no hypothermia market, but there's definitely weather markets in the prediction marketplace.
for
Oh, well,
Sure.
weather
Yeah.
markets.
There
there's-
was somebody.
There's weather marketplaces. I bet there's things like, I mean, I've seen things like how many times will they show blah, blah, blah's wife or show somebody in the booth, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's Taylor Swift.
Talk about.
There was definitely one.
So
Yeah.
I'm watching the news yesterday. I think it was in Utah. A kid, guy, whatever. Somebody in their 20s, 30s was out hiking alone. Which I don't understand why people go do that. First of all, like I'm good on little hikes, like trails. I'm not good on the adventures.
On, like, extreme
Yeah, like
adventure
where you're just
hikes
going out for
alone?
like with a knife and a,
Yeah,
and a
seriously,
canteen
yeah.
of
And you're
water.
getting
No.
hunted down by
Right.
a cougar.
Yeah, no.
Right.
You know,
You got
a bobcat, not a bobcat, a mountain lion.
Yeah, I got this. So he got caught in quicksand.
In
I didn't-
quicksand
I
in
didn't-
Arizona.
No, Utah.
In Utah.
I didn't know that. I thought quicksand was just something in the movies.
It was
So did
something from like the kids from the 70s. We
Well,
grew
like
up being
Blazing
afraid
Saddles.
of
One of the great things
being
in Blazing
afraid of
Saddles
sand,
is
of quicksand.
When they save the pilot on our push cart, and they leave Cleavon Little, the other guy, in the sand. So the quicksand. So I'm like watching it because I'm thinking I didn't think it was a real thing, and they even said you probably know quicksand from like Gilligan's Island or they share some things.
Right.
But they said it really is a thing, but you don't sink that fast. But the problem is, like when you were in the tree well, you can't get out, like
Yeah,
because
right.
you can't push anything.
Yeah.
He had a beacon, and these beacons now are so good. He hit the button, and they literally used a drone. They saw where he was because he was covered a little bit. Got in, got him out. But the problem for him, they were worried about hypothermia because he was up to like his knees, and the problem is.
Why? Just why?
Right, exactly. I mean, this
Why?
exactly right. Why?
Okay. Anybody that needs to go out with
Anybody.
a beacon,
Here we go.
So
Yeah, exactly. Why?
In New Zealand,
yeah,
our guide was
Yeah.
furious. He said because in New Zealand, you can get a beacon and you hit it, and there's no two-way. They can't communicate. But
Yeah.
once you hit it, it goes to whatever the capital. I'm drawing the blank to whatever the name.
Sydney?
No. What's
Oh,
Australia?
New Zealand.
It's whatever it is. It's not Christchurch, but
Oh my
whatever.
God.
They send
Auckland.
whatever,
No.
but somewhere, whatever. They send out a
Brisbane?
crew.
No, that's Australia.
They send
Oh,
a
God.
crew. They send the crew out.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
which
there's
is
no
great.
going back.
But they want to start charging tourists to use these
Sure, of
because
course.
they
Well, yeah, because
they
they're
don't because they said they get a
reckless.
lot. And it's not that they get a lot of Asian tourists. They said they come in, they're on a hike, they get tired, they don't want to hike back, and they hit the button.
Yeah.
And it's like $10,000 to send a crew out.
So there's
So
a
charge
beach.
them.
Did Tom tell you the story when he did the bumping grind? Not that bumping grind.
Oh,
the
no.
hike, the bumping grind.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I want to hear this.
In Crocs.
No. So let me,
Are you?
yeah, that's
I
a real
remember you
man.
wearing Crocs.
That's a
oh
real
my
man.
Goodness.
So hold on. So there's a beach in Indiana not Indiana, Michigan, on the shore. It's very steep.
Okay.
It's like Indiana Dunes, but
We
it's in
go there.
Michigan.
We go.
But there's a really steep
You know what it
beach.
is? It's the Sleeping Bear Dunes. We go every
Anyway,
year.
there's a super steep.
But but I don't go down there.
There's
Go
a
ahead.
super steep beach.
You
okay?
fell.
No, I didn't fall. A super steep beach.
Yeah.
And they put a sign up.
Don't
Yes.
go close.
No,
No.
they said no because you go down.
Oh, we won't
tons of
get
people
you.
go.
It says you go down.
$3,000.
That's
it's on
right.
the sign. It says it's $3,000 for us to come get you, and they got to.
How would you? Is there? There's no path to
picture.
get up.
No,
like,
there's no path.
stairway. So
You
you
just
have to
kinda
hike
climb
up
up
the
the dunes.
stand, which you can't.
Which no, there's
I mean, you
hundreds of
can't-
people that do it.
Most people don't.
But there's some people that go down there and they're like,
Oh my God,
I
it's
can't do it.
exhausting. It's exhausting.
Midway,
It's
they
exhausting.
can't.
But there's
Yeah.
literally hundreds of people do it. It's not impossible.
But see,
Yeah.
that would be a good use of $3,000.
So what they have at the top is a couple of guys with rickshaws.
who will come get you for less?
No, it's $3,000.
Oh, the rickshaws will come get you.
The rickshaws come
Wait a
get
minute,
you.
There's a guy in a rickshaw that will pull you up the sand dune.
One guy pulls from the front, the other guy pushes from the back.
I want
up
to
the
see
sand
this.
dune.
Go do it. I'll split it with you.
It's $3,000.
Wait, I want video. I'll split it with you. I want to see some guy pushing you
You
up.
can go on TikTok and see it.
I'm not on TikTok. Okay, I'm going to go do this.
We will show you.
Rickshaw up a sand dune. I
But
want to
this
see
sign
this.
at the top, because it used
Yeah,
to be.
yeah. It's a big sign too.
It's a huge sign. It just
Yeah.
says, if you go down here,
You can't negotiate before.
there's no negotiation.
No,
It's
no.
$3,000. We will come get you for It's a business.
See, I would think you could carp that market. Get a big rope.
No, you can't carp that market because you can't. Whatever. You need a.
So it's not even.
Well, no,
it's
because
not
it's a
even
national park.
It's
I
not
mean-
even a municipality crew. It's just some person with a rickshaw.
No, I don't know if
probably
it's a municipality crew. It
subcontracted,
could
but-
be. It should be subcontracted.
Wow.
$3,000, and
That's
they do it
impressive.
all day long. The people are paying $3,000.
I mean,
I mean, I've
shout-
been there for a while.
well,
I
shouts
haven't
out
seen them
to-
that many people need it.
I've never been there.
Shouts
they
out
don't
like
do
ski
it.
patrol where these guys go off back, like in the back when they get people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I have a ton of pictures there, but anyway,
That's crazy. Anyway,
How steep is it?
Steve.
steep. I don't know.
You-
Steep. It's
How come you
easy.
didn't go down it? You could make it back up.
No,
You
I
could-
don't even want to try it. Why?
Sand moves
nothing to
too. So as you
prove
try
to
to climb up,
anyone.
the sand's moving.
I mean, yeah, you climb up the sand. It's not the end of the world. You
No,
climb up
no,
the sand.
Okay. You think you could do it?
100%.
No, God,
Okay,
no.
let's. Now we have a bet.
You know-
It's like this.
Yes.
Or no, it's like this. If
No,
you
no,
tell
no,
me
no.
it's like you've seen it. It's like this.
I've been there.
How like 100 yards?
Oh no, much
No,
further.
no, it's much
There's
further.
no chance you could do this.
No chance. Zero chance.
Put a number
I've
on
watched videos of people walking it up.
it. Okay, put a number on it, double it, and we're gonna go do it.
So we
Zero
used to.
chance.
and I used to go to Cape Cod a lot, and there's a lot of sand dunes in there's different towns in Cape Cod, but in Wellfleet and Truro, there's these huge dunes. It goes for a couple miles along the beach.
The dunes?
Yeah, the dunes. And when we were kids, we would go up to the top of these dunes. They don't really let you do it anymore, but back then they didn't have fences or signs. And
They took away all the fun.
they took away all the fun. And you
All of it.
run off the top of the dunes, and there's a pretty big drop.
And then you jump and roll.
Well, you don't roll, you just try to land in the sand.
Try not to break both of your legs.
At the time, we didn't
Yeah.
think about breaking legs. We would jump off the top of the dunes, land in the sand, and go back up and do it again.
Tom and I were out at Jackson Hole, and there's this I think it's called Corbert's Canyon. You get off the tram, you ski down.
Oh, that's a
and-
famous thing.
No, it's really famous. It's a chute. It's
a
just
chute.
it's two giant boulders.
We didn't do it.
No, we not only did we not do it, we took our skis off and basically like got up with our skis up because we were afraid.
It was kind of scary.
Really scary. It's like this. You have to hop turn. It's maybe 20 feet in between the two two boulders. So this guy jumps in like this. Okay, gets down. Another guy gets in, ejects.
What is the point of this? What?
Why not? We're watching this.
Skiers, like, there's a lot of extreme skiers.
Yeah, so he ejects and he's tumbling, and we're looking at each other like, well, he's dead for sure. There's a boulder. There's a boulder at the bottom, and we're like, well, if he's not dead, he's gonna die as soon as he hits this thing. Okay,
Oh my God.
he's lying there on the ground. His friend jumps in behind him, hop turn, picks up his ski, hop turn, skis down, drops ski. Guy jumps up, puts on a ski, they take off. We're looking at each other like, if that was
me.
If that was us,
Dead.
dead.
I mean, it's
No
it's
coming
kind of
back.
scary. That's
Scary.
scary. Yeah.
Scary.
I
right.
don't get people that do extreme.
Let's talk about today's show.
Any
You have to
extreme
start by saying
sports.
it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a great show.
gonna
We
be a
have
great show.
another great show.
There we go.
Shocker.
In a long line of great shows.
And a long line of great shows. We're going to deep dive into our final and part 3, our final of AI in trading or investing. We have, as usual, our mailbag and love letters from the dog pound, which today's a funny one. On
Yeah, 'cause
Bad
they're all
Dog.
about you.
Yes, exactly. But they're funny, I have to say.
When it's not all about,
I didn't
when
write them.
When it's not all about Tom, he gets a little sensitive.
Yeah, he does. He gets
he gets
jealous.
he gets a
Oh
little
my
sensitive.
God.
He does. It's okay.
We have AI all over the place today, and on WOW we're going to talk about pivoting, and then of course market talk. So let's do this. But first of all, I want to say yesterday we took a poll on our show, and if you haven't seen the show, you can go back and watch it. It says, how we did a poll. How do you feel about Tom's premise that everybody should be chipped? Love you, Tom, but WTF said 79%.
There you go.
And
Yeah, because these
100%
people are-
agree, 21%.
Have you ever seen our viewers? I mean, it's like, yeah, of course. They don't understand it yet. We'll get there.
Sure.
I'm ahead of my time.
And
You-
then
you are ahead
should
of your time.
minors, like under
minors
16,
what?
be prohibited from access to social media platforms?
Please tell me that it was overwhelmingly yes.
54% said yes.
Oof.
I
That's
would,
it?
Hate that
I
rule.
would hope for a higher number, but
Me too.
54%, more than half is good.
All right, whatever. We know how it works.
Fine. I'm just saying it's good.
We could
I mean, according to you, I don't think it's good. Go ahead. What else?
True that. What do you mean, what else? Moving on to mailbag. Let's do it. Oh, housekeeping. Remember, starting next Monday, December 15th,
Thank you.
we will have the live call-in show where you can call us with all of your questions, and that's going to be Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Central, from 9 to 10. You can call us at 312-448-7032.
Nothing's off limits, and the show will play at 9 a.m. in the morning and 6 p.m. at night. So if you can't make the morning show, make the nighttime show. 6 p.m. at night. Sorry about last night. That was our fault. But 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, starting next week, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like when TV shows, I don't know if they still do this, but when we were younger, TV shows would move because there were the prime slots.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
they would move. It would be like we're moving from year to
Yes,
year. 'Cause
yes,
I think
yes.
like 8 o'clock Central Time
They
was
do
the
that now.
Do they?
They flex.
still do?
No. Sports shows they do.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I don't even know, is a sitcom even a thing? I don't really watch regular TV. Is a sitcom even a thing anymore?
You're so bougie.
I don't know.
Well, I don't. I watch,
I know,
yeah,
you watch
streaming.
very sophisticated shows.
I didn't say sophisticated, but I watch
No, it's not
streaming.
about that. It's just the
You watch
streaming.
very, very.
Thank you. Mr. I don't have access to any of these
He
lists.
doesn't even watch TV, so, other than sports. So he wouldn't know.
Anyway, so we're moving to our new
Let's
time.
go.
We're happy.
Yes. Changing to prime time. Okay, first up on mailbag. Sometimes you will have to explain the Lossdog. Naming. Is Lossdog an AI trading tool? And if not, what exactly does the software do?
Well, we have explained a little bit of Lossdog naming in the past, but Lossdog was named after Lost Cat, which is a very famous cat in some parts of the world.
In a green room in a
In some
venue
parts
in
of the
Atlanta.
world.
There are
Okay?
a lot of people in this world who know what Lost Cat is. Scott does not. So
New York.
he's
Atlanta.
he's a little.
It's Atlanta?
Yes.
I thought it was New York.
No. I know. Well,
Okay, well, we
You guys
love
are
him
both
anyway.
a little under under.
Yeah, we don't get around enough.
You don't get it around enough.
Yeah, go ahead.
But
I mean, Atlanta.
Lossdog was named after Lost Cat, which I loved, and we happen to have the poster here at Bad Coffee. But AI, we're not. Lossdog is an AI platform. It is not an AI trading tool. So Lossdog is an AI platform which will be launched in the next couple of weeks. It's pretty much done. We're kind of testing and fixing up the last few bugs. It's super cool. You're going to love it, but it is not a trading tool. It does have a digital ecosystem built into it. It does have a portfolio page, so you can see what we have on portfolio-wise. But it's not a trading tool, and the software is designed to help you know, give you context and help you know what your real value is.
Up your number and grow your number.
That's right. All right, next up. I'm working on transitioning from a business mentality to a high-tech software business. And it's probably folly, but I'm really excited about it. Any pointers or hurdles I should be thinking about?
I would say not folly at all. Hopefully you're really serious about it. And I guess my question, not knowing if there was more to this email, to say, are you moving, obviously clearly moving from a business that's not high-tech software? So is it a physical product, et cetera? To me, business is business, and you just need to know your product and you need to know your customers. So that should transition. And if you're moving into high-tech software business because you're excited about it, great. Hopefully it's a good and easy transition for you, and hopefully it's a good move. But I'd be excited. My pointers would be, if you were successful doing what you were doing, keep doing those things. You just have to modify for the new business.
And remember, we've transitioned from a business, like say a business mentality to a high-tech software business over the last, few decades, and we've done it multiple times. So this is something you should be really excited about. I mean, assuming that's what you want to do,
Correct.
You should be excited about it.
Yep.
And the only hurdle is, don't second guess yourself. Just go for it.
I mean, you probably have a lot to learn, but be excited about it. Take on the challenge.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. Okay, next. At what point, account size, should you start to consider building a core portfolio? 100,000, 500,000, 1 million? Is this something you and Scott plan to discuss on Lossdog?
I'll answer it in both parts. You should start to consider building a core portfolio as early as you can. I don't think that there's an actual number. I don't care if it's 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, whatever it is. A core portfolio just means things that you kind of think about with a little bit longer perspective on, or just things that you want to trade around or build positions around. I think it's totally fine. Like Scott and I both love to trade, and we trade a ton of short-term stuff, but we also have kind of some core stuff that we're either long or short for kind of the long haul. We're long some stocks, we're short some commodities. There's a bunch of different stuff. I consider that my core portfolio, and I trade around it. Is this something we plan to discuss on Lossdog? Of course. We're going to discuss our portfolio page. We're going to discuss our core portfolio. That's what we're actually going to show you. And we're going to talk about it all the time.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's relative, so I don't think it's fair to put a number to say you have to get to some point, because we've talked about almost every firm now has fractional stock trading, so you could start to build a small portfolio with not a lot of money. So never too early to start. And one of the things that, again, engagement, one of the things that I love about if you're able to do it is engagement. So it's going to force you to look. So if you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stocks, you might not be able to do much with it, meaning if you don't have 100 shares, you're not going to be able to sell a call. If assuming you're long stock, you're not going to be able to sell a call against it because it won't be covered. But it will keep you engaged, and that's the thought process that I think you need to work on.
Yeah, really good. Next, what is the worst business that you started, lost money on, and had to shut down?
Hold on, I got a list in my pocket. I'm going to pull the list out. So,
I would say we're probably up there with the
a lot.
most of anybody. Like, if you go back 40 some odd years, I would say that I would challenge anybody that's listening to this.
Well,
and anybody's listening or anybody we've ever come across that has, because we've never really had any other jobs or worked for anybody else. So we've been starting businesses and building stuff and investing in stuff for so long. Usually, let me just preface this by saying the worst business that we started, that's rare because we don't usually start. I mean, the business we start, we usually work at, but there are a few businesses that
you invested in.
There's a lot of businesses we invested in, but there's a few businesses we started that didn't work out. So, go ahead, what are you going to say?
Well, mine, before I knew Tom, my first job out of school, I started a mail order business with my mom and my aunt. We were selling sunglasses and CDs. Okay, we'll move on from that. That shut down. We did have a good clientele of people in prison. I don't know why, but that was a good customer base. So, and pre-internet. So this was advertising in a magazine. They had everything was done by mail.
Right.
Anyway, I would say without a doubt, the funniest or best one that we were both involved with was, and I think we've talked about this briefly, we owned a gold mine in Mali.
I knew it. I was going to say Mali.
In Mali, Africa. I guess it would be easy to say I wish we still had it, but we had a gold mine. Neither of us were there, but somebody that we worked with was there multiple times, and it didn't work out.
Gold was $270 an ounce.
Yep.
And all we needed to do was go to like 350,
325, 350.
And it didn't over a course of that before the money ran out. And now it's
higher,
4,200. It would have been nice. This was like, I don't remember. This is something. I would say that's one of them. And one time, I tried to help out a buddy who had lost his job in the printing business, and he wanted to start a restaurant. So, yeah, that didn't work out. We ended up.
How about the mattress business?
Yeah, but we were just investors.
Oh.
I was involved. So, the restaurant didn't work out too well. We sold more heroin than we sold pizza.
God.
Yeah, wait a minute. Need to clarify.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were selling heroin.
One of the employees had a slight issue.
It was
business.
It was a little. It was.
I think the restaurant was the side business.
Right.
I think the heroin was the primary business.
It was the gig economy before there was a gig economy. Like
you
they
got
had a side gig going on. I just didn't know about it.
Got a little something on the side.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but you know what I mean. All right, next. Multiple times you have mentioned a digital ecosystem. Are you concerned at all about a concentrated or single point of failure risk with crypto?
This is a fun question because rarely do people think about it that way.
Right.
I mean, I think if you go back to the kind of the origins of, crypto, along the way there are, from the original Mt. Gox to, remember Mt. Gox to FTX.
I haven't thought about Mt. Gox.
Well, when you start to think about these things, to FTX, to what was the bank that failed? Silver. God, I can't think of the name. Silver, whatever.
Yeah.
But there were, I'm sorry, not Silver. Silicon Valley Bank.
It's still going on.
Oh.
And along the way, in the digital world, it's littered with fraud and scams and bankruptcies and things like that. But in the process, there has been amazing technological developments. And so I'm not for 1 second worried about the future of a digital ecosystem. The future of money, in our opinion, is going to be digitized, and it's going to be in the stablecoin world. And you're going to be able to do things in stablecoin that you can't currently do with, with fiat dollars. But I am concerned about certain things, like MicroStrategies concerns me in the world of Bitcoin because I feel like MicroStrategies, being the largest holder of Bitcoin,
referring to MSTR,
I feel like them and their copycat firms like them, do put a little bit of single point of failure risk on, crypto. Do I think about single point of failure risk outside of like a single crypto? I don't think so anymore. I mean, could the market withstand Coinbase going out of business? Not sure. Probably not. But
probably not.
I don't think
it would hurt. It would definitely survive.
Yeah.
I think it's critical because we talked about this yesterday, that technology just makes things better. And what we have seen, like if you went back 10, 15 years ago, you heard some horror stories, hacks, scams, etc. Obviously, if there's an opportunity for somebody who is let's say, less
Yeah, but you have
unscrupulous.
scams in
and anything. You can have people figuring it out.
I mean,
but
you have
what's-
Bernie Madoff. You have
But-
Enron. I mean, there's scams everywhere.
But the advancement in technology has changed this landscape to the point where I personally am not worried about a single point of failure risk. Like, I'm not going to say like, all of a sudden every blockchain is just going to blow up or be hacked. It's just, it's not
I
gonna
think
happen.
10 years ago was worse.
Different. It was a lot.
But-
And 10 years in this world is a long time.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
right
yeah.
now, no, I'm not worried about. I think it's more important to have a really cool and relevant digital ecosystem than, and you can't worry about single point of failure. There's too many payment rails, too many distribution channels.
And before we move on, if you would like to send an email that hopefully we will pick and play on air, remember the email address is onluckydog@lossdog.com. onluckydog@lossdog.com. There you go.
Send us your questions.
One lucky dog.
One lucky dog.
Or send us your resume. We
Soon.
could talk about it.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to love letters from the dog pound. All right, so there was this a thread of discussion about why I didn't appear on the show when you guys were talking, on the live call-in show that we had
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
So there was this whole thread about where is Sol? So somebody said, Sol probably quit after Tom's comment yesterday that then you are working in the wrong place. And he said, this person says, who the F wants to hear something like that?
Oh my God! If you think that's bad, you should see what else I say
Yeah,
there.
off air.
Yeah, you should.
Off air, way worse.
That's nothing.
That could be the nicest thing I've ever said.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
So then somebody else said, well, it wouldn't be surprised if she quit, because all 30-somethings quit at the
Bullshit.
first twinge of friction. So the only reason why we're talking about this is because I am so flattered that anybody would think that I'm in my 30s. So thank you so much. But no, I didn't quit.
I read that
It would
email.
take me
Did you
much
change
more
it
than
to
that
30?
to quit. So yeah, I'm still here. And then someone else said, great rant, clap, clap, clap. Would like to hear Sol comment without one of the boys interrupting, though. So anyway,
we will take that back for consideration.
we always take feedback.
Thank you for your feedback.
So
That's
thank
right.
you. Oh, and last one, and this is my favorite. Is Sol really her name, or she's just all in on Solana?
That's not
That
bad.
could be both.
But you're not answering the question.
That my name is Sol.
Well,
I mean, my full name is Maria Sol, one word. It's my parents made it up. Go figure. My dad actually, because my mom wanted Sol only. So nobody's
Your
ever
mom was
called
right.
me. Yeah, nobody's ever called me Maria Sol, ever, ever, ever.
I think I
Maybe
did
a
once.
teacher.
Wait a minute.
Or maybe
Not-
my
whoa, whoa.
dad when he was angry
Wait a
at me.
minute. Wait a minute. Not even
'Cause they don't have a middle name.
Wait a minute. Not in an argument with your husband.
No, he doesn't even remember my full
Because
name.
because
No, but
I've done it twice with my wife.
Oh.
Done what
Oh.
twice? It's okay to call her by the. It's okay to call her by the full name.
Yeah.
It's not okay to call her by the wrong name.
No, it's the full name.
Oh my God, the wrong name.
Because
That I
Then you're out the door.
it's Tamara.
Goodbye.
It's Tamara, but she goes by Tommy.
Right.
So I've only called her Tamara twice.
But I have had people.
Wow, I'd be scared.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I have had people call you Sol, which I like.
Tons. So it could be Solomon too. Whatever.
I know. I like Sol.
I'll listen to Sol. Mostly.
There we go.
There we go. Actually, I take
Sol's
that
an old
back.
Jewish name.
That is no
Yeah,
Jewish
you
name.
don't fit
My
the profile.
boss, my dear, dear friend in the trading floor,
Yeah.
sometimes when I wasn't paying attention to him because there was so much going on and,
And
people were loud, he
and
would
you
call
know,
me,
That happens
Maria
to be,
Sol.
That happens to be Slash's name.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, so there you go. All right, so we're moving on to our next section, Unleashed.
Let's do it.
And this is part 3 of AI and trading.
Part 3 of a very long series, but we felt it was super important because AI in trading, AI in investing, there's so much to learn and so much confusion about it, and people focus a lot of the negatives. We decided to do a 3-part series focusing on the positives. And that's where we're at.
Yep.
So faster settlement cycles. Near instant, T plus minutes. curbs counterparty exposure and enables tighter sequencing of high conviction trades.
Yeah.
So we talked about this, and right?
Yeah.
A little bit, yes, 2 days ago, but yeah.
And what this means in talking about instantaneous settlement. So stocks and options are T+1 now. Stocks used to be T+5. So your stock, if you traded a stock, it didn't sell for 5 days. Obviously, the market condensed. It went to 3, now it's to 1. The technology exists that it could be instantaneous. Now, somebody might say, why do I care? The reason that you care, and most people have never encountered counterparty risk, meaning the counterparty, whoever's on the other side of your trade, doesn't make good on the settlement. So fortunately, most people have never experienced it, but it's a reality. It can happen. This would completely eliminate it.
Yeah, I mean, counterparty risk is not something that people in their everyday life, because you go to work and the person you're working for usually pays you, and
Correct.
so you don't have a lot of counterparty risk. But in the world of investing, there's legit counterparty.
I mean, if you want to go back and look at some history and go look and learn about counterparty risk, go back and figure out, you can read why Bear Stearns went out of business.
I have the best example of counterparty risk. It's, for most people, it's when you buy a ticket from a scalper
Yep.
and the ticket's fake.
Yep.
That's counterparty risk. Sorry.
Out trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not finding the scalper.
No.
Nope. Event-driven tokenization. Issue tokens tied to earnings or targeted outcomes driven by binary results.
I mean, this is the future of this is one of the buckets that you'll see in the future of trading. It's already exploded. When we started to write this, and that business probably doubled just because of changes in oversight, changes on different regulatory bodies. But event-driven tokenization is just like a binary marketplace. And it's so funny because some of the exchanges that started with binary options, 10 or 15 years ago, they're all out of business. They're all gone.
Well, they were early.
They were early. They're 15 years too early,
Right,
20
great.
years too early.
Great idea.
Yeah, but now it's going to be second nature. Trading, you're going to trade stocks, options, futures options, and then in the same platform, you're going to trade, event-based contracts,
Is
which
this
are
gonna-
binary.
Right. Is this going to happen by whatever?
They're-
by noon, by 1, by 2?
They're tokenized and they're binary.
Yep.
Token-based derivatives. Launch options, futures, and structured payoffs on tokenized underlyings to expand both hedging and speculative plays.
Doesn't exist yet in America. In the U.S. markets, we don't have token-based derivatives. CFTC has not approved. I mean, in the case of options, futures, and structured payouts, but they do exist elsewhere in the world. I think Coinbase just bought a company called Deribit. Deribit's been kind of the market leader, but mostly 95% of their business is institutional. But globally, there are tokenized derivatives. In the U.S., we haven't that market hasn't. There's a lot of talk and a lot of people are ready,
Do you think
but
it'll
it
come?
doesn't exist yet.
I think it's going to come.
Of course
Soon?
it's going
Yes,
to come.
it's going to come.
Of course.
We're gonna
Near
see
future?
Yes.
We're going to see a lot of this stuff in the next 12, 24, 36 months. You're going to see.
The problem
Okay,
is the
so soon,
technology.
soon.
The challenge here is not the technology. The challenge here is the markets.
That's right.
Right.
It's liquidity.
Right. Tokenized validation. We now can validate credentials on the blockchain and eliminate some of the bad actors.
Correct.
Right.
Love this.
This is probably
The-
one of the most important takeaways and one of the most important aspects of AI and investing is you can validate now through tokens, and that changes like almost everything with respect to counterparty, with respect to
Fraud.
the business itself, fraud.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole concept of validation. Who are you?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the amount of fraud that has existed in the trading space, having been in it for 25 years, it's crazy where it has gotten to relative to where it was 25 years ago. It's scary.
But you can even
Scary.
think about validation as far as like somebody's results,
Yeah.
certain trades. It's just
Everything. Just whatever you
virtually
wanna do.
everything.
Yeah, whatever you
So,
wanna
instantaneous clearing, no counterparty risk, and tokenized validation. Those are some of the biggest takeaways. All of these are going to be huge in favor of individual investors.
Yeah. Tokenized Groupon, if you will. A reward system in a digital ecosystem that has lifetime value.
We're building this.
Yep.
I mean, we're not building a tokenized Groupon, but surprisingly,
An ecosystem.
Some of the founders of Groupon are investors in Lossdog, and but tokenized Groupon is kind of the direction we're going in the ecosystem. We will have a reward system on the Lossdog platform, of which in 3 months or so we will tokenize it, and so you'll have a digital ecosystem with a tokenized reward system. It is absolutely the future.
The future.
I mean, it's only we're probably less than a year away before United Airlines, American Airlines, and everybody else, tokenizes their reward points and things like that. At some point in the future, you'll go into Jimmy John's, buy a sub, and it'll be, your rewards will be tokenized as opposed to
Right.
Punching a card or whatever they do. I don't know.
Something on the app, maybe.
Right.
Who knows? Increased retail participation. Broader participation deepens liquidity pools, supporting larger trade sizes with less slippage.
And this, again, this is a cycle that just keeps getting better and better because, if you go back 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and you look at where trading was for a retail customer, there was just tremendous disadvantages for, as a retail trader versus market makers, professionals. That has condensed to the point where there's basically no difference now. So again, technology improves the opportunity, and then we also have transparency, which then hopefully brings people in with comfortability, which creates liquidity. And anytime you have more liquidity, you have tighter markets, which create less slippage.
I think that and I've been saying this for a couple of years now, and we haven't done it yet in America or in the non-digital world. But I think the future of investing is going to be in public liquidity pools, and we can get into that on a later date with a much deeper discussion. But it makes no sense why customers can't participate on both sides of the market. That goes for like sports betting, that goes for gambling. Everything is going, the future of investing, trading, insurance, everything is going to be based on liquidity pools, which means you put money into a pool, you take either side of the market. It's up to you.
Sure. Regulated digital exchanges, safe sandboxes for high beta innovation with institutional guardrails.
I mean, right now, most digital exchanges, although they're pseudo-regulated, but they really
Right.
they're kind of, it's kind of like a new frontier, and they really don't have to live by the same standards of other firms that are regulated by CFTC. And part of our issue with pardoning CZ and all these other people or letting them off easy is that they weren't regulated and they did things that were completely illegal. And why are we, it's ignorance is not an excuse. But eventually, digital exchanges, and I know this goes against the whole concept of decentralization, but digital exchanges, to a certain extent, to protect the consumer, are going to have to live with some regulation. What that does is it will bring a lot more liquidity. It'll bring institutional money that's scared to go there right now, and it will create safe sandboxes for innovation.
Right.
Agreed.
Synthetic exposure. Replicate hard-to-access markets without custody burdens to express nuanced views quickly.
Well, this would be amazing. I mean, if we could have, alternative assets, alternative products that we could have good liquidity and access to, it's great. There's a problem, a couple problems right now. One, the custody side of it. So from a clearing firm perspective, how do you house it? And I know it's being worked on, so for sure, this is coming soon. My guess is you're going to see alternative assets in the broker-dealer space within the next 12 months. This is going to be coming out, and it's great. what it does, it doesn't have to be held within a broker-dealer. The nice thing about being in a broker-dealer is that they are regulated, they do have oversight, they are controlled. So from a confidence factor, I think it's the right place to start, and then we'll see where it flows to.
I completely agree, and also this will go. It will flow all the way to trust accounts and things like that over time. So it will make hard to access markets that currently have all these custody burdens. You basically can't do anything in a 401k. You can't do a lot less stuff in an IRA account than something else. A lot of those rails, a lot of those hurdles are going to come down. A lot of those fences will come down, and it will change the way people invest in the next 10 or 20 years.
Well, they might not choose to do it, but the opportunities will be available for people to do it. Yes.
Nobody wants to pick
six mutual funds.
Yeah, right.
Right. Here's 6 mutual funds. Which one do you want?
Right.
All right, we're going to move on to Bad Dog. And we have more AI thoughts to ponder.
We do.
Toy
This
dog
is
ponder.
very interesting today.
Yes. So, is it safe and responsible to use Chinese AI models?
So this is kind of right now, it's a little bit news of the day for us because we usually, don't cover that kind of stuff, but it's clearly, one of the reasons that Microsoft it got crushed today, one of the reasons that Meta got crushed. Is it safe and responsible to use Chinese AI models? I mean, that's going to be a debate that
Right.
we have for quite a while.
And it's going to be time will tell.
Time will tell. I would say that I feel extremely comfortable, personally, with using Chinese AI models, which could be DeepSeek, Alibaba, whatever. I feel completely fine because the level of innovation is China's ahead of us innovation-wise, and cost-wise, it's significantly less. So if you're trying to build things efficiently, the Chinese AI models are pretty damn good. According to so Lossdog has a team of AI engineers and specialists, and we feel pretty confident using any AI model. Our primary AI model is Google, Gemini, but we are not opposed to using any model.
Right. What happens if the U.S. open source models disappear? Like Llama versus Alibaba and DeepSeek.
And the reason for the question is that apparently there was an internal memo leaked from Meta that Llama, which is the Meta open source, that they're shutting it down because they can't compete with Chinese versions, which would be Alibaba or DeepSeek, which to me, it's scary to think that they're throwing the towel in. And my preference, and this is just going off on a tangent, my preference would be that we tried to work with China as opposed to saying that they're the enemy, because I think we're going to...
It's like Bears Packers. That's like Yankees Red Sox. They're not going to do it.
I don't think it is, and I think that this is going back to negotiating. There's a win-win opportunity here versus now, if this comes into a binary event where it's us or you, we're going to have a lot of issues, especially with the direction that we're currently going with limiting people who have the skill sets to come into our country to help us to do this. So I'm concerned about all this, but it's just developing right now. And again, we're going to know a lot in the next year or 2 or 3. And then people will be able to take a step back and say, was it the right move? Was this the right play? Did we go in the right direction?
Okay, so open source AI models account for now, like a year ago, it was like 1%.
Chinese open source.
No, all open source models.
Okay.
They used to count for about a year ago, it was what, 1%. Now it's about 30%.
That's Chinese.
Chinese.
These are all there really are, okay, on the open source side. It's still about 30%. The problem is that, who do you want to bet on here? Do you want to bet on Zuckerberg? Because you hate that MFer, okay? Yep. And you want to bet on Jack Ma. Or you want to bet on a bunch of geeks from DeepSeek.
It's not, my concern isn't about betting on Alibaba or DeepSeek. My concern is that if those are the 2 primary models and the CCP comes in and they say, look, we're changing this in some way, we're adjusting the model, what happens?
my point is that this is just for open source. You don't have to use open source if you don't want to, but like I'm just saying, like I don't trust Zuckerberg any more than Jack Ma. You know, I don't. It's to me, it's not a China U.S. thing. Like I don't like. I'm more fearful of the crap that Zuckerberg pulls than of anybody else. Anyway, that's just me. So I don't consider this to be. I think if you're an investor in Meta, it's going to scare you a little bit. But other than that, this doesn't. I think for all of us on the consumer side, let them kill each other. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
You're fine with it disappearing?
I'm fine with them all killing each other. Yes.
Okay.
In the open source world and competing.
Nice.
Competition is good.
Sure. Is AI supercharging the risks of disinformation?
Not even a question.
Of course.
It's not even a question.
I mean,
Yep.
You're going to see this in the next year for sure is when we're going to see the proliferation of this with the elections.
With the
because
elections, yeah.
These fakes are so good. They put these videos out now, and I'm not saying it doesn't even require supercomputers
Much.
to do this.
Right.
You can do this in your home. You can put these deep fakes out, and the problem is most people don't take the time to fact check. So they see something and it spreads, and then all of a sudden somebody's like, "Well, that's not real." Well, it doesn't matter. It's out there already. So
Right.
it is a concern.
Doesn't all technological advancements improve the risk of disinformation? I think
I don't think so.
I would argue
I don't
the
know,
answer to
but
that
I
is
agree
yes.
with you
But
on that.
the real
Tell
question
me,
here.
wait a minute, before we move on, crazy technological advancement.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the concern about that?
I mean, well,
What's
for
the concern?
disinformation?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
disinformation.
Well, there's a lot of information there that you don't know how accurate it is.
No, I'm talking about the phone. I'm not talking
Yeah, I
about
understand the
going
phone. Use your phone. So
What do you-
ask, I don't know,
what-
ask Siri some stupid question, gives the wrong answer.
By the
Send
way,
you.
okay.
I
Whatever.
mean, you want to know? I've been told make a right here, and it takes you down an alley into a. I'm just
Okay.
saying. There's a lot of things.
But there's a big difference between a map telling you to go down an alley versus you watching a video of some political candidate
I
who's going on
understand
a
that.
rant that's completely fake.
So
I agree.
the real question here
Right.
is the upside
worth the risk.
worth the risk of the disinformation?
I'll tell you after the next election.
The answer
I
is
don't
yes,
know.
it is.
Okay.
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope so, I guess.
I hope so.
What is the difference between open and closed source AI models?
You touched on this already.
Yeah.
Yeah, we touched on this already. So like closed source AI models are like self-contained ecosystems. So that would be like Gemini, OpenAI. Those
Proprietary. Proprietary.
Correct.
Proprietary.
Proprietary.
are proprietary.
Basically.
Yes. And so those are closed models. Yeah, OpenAI probably being the biggest, and then I don't know how big Gemini is, and there's plenty of others. Open source would be Alibaba, and DeepSeek,
And Llama.
Llama.
The difference sometimes is cost. The difference is access. The difference is reliability. The closed source are more expensive. They're more reliable. They have less hallucinations.
So it's kind of like you get what you pay for?
Well, but also you're limited to what you can get. So the difference on the open source is you can build your own stuff, and it gives you a lot more flexibility. So, and you're not basically stuck with somebody else's plugs. So, listen, this is going to be a battle that goes on for many years to come. I like the fact that there's a battle out there.
For sure.
Competition
healthy.
only is good for us.
It's healthy.
Yeah,
It's healthy for us.
All right. Well, we are going to pivot into the wow segment and talking about pivoting.
Yeah, I think this is a really important topic because one of the things that I've experienced in years of entrepreneurship, and we really are serial entrepreneurs, is a lot of times the difference between success and failure is the inability for people. They get tunnel vision, they get completely focused, and they are reluctant to pivot. And again, you have to be careful here because you don't want to over pivot. You don't want to make a decision necessarily that's not thought through. But you have to be willing to change, to
Right.
adapt.
But
you have to be willing.
From my perspective, it's absolutely that critical, but it's an art, not a science. So
Right.
there's no model that says now is the time to do it. It's an
Right.
art. You need to be able to look at the entire picture and say, something's not working, I'm moving.
Right.
When we built Thinkorswim, we pivoted from the original design and exactly what we were building. We had a bunch of different things, and we pivoted to just, pure brokerage. When we built Tasty, we were going to do just financial content, and we weren't even thinking of building another brokerage. And we ended up pivoting to build another brokerage because we wanted to monetize our content. You have to pivot,
Right.
and the models pivot. I mean, we've already pivoted Lossdog, and it's only a month, 2 months. So
So we're saying adaptability and mindset shift. Like, don't cling onto a dying plan.
of course,
That's
and
right.
we have that
Right?
mindset
Right.
of, listen, hey, this isn't working. Let's just
We move about as fast as anybody can
yeah,
move.
and
Right.
and there are other people. We've seen it. The best example I can give, because I like to give you examples outside, is if you have sometimes Broadway plays, like they'll spend 6 months preparing, and they'll close in 4 days because they got bad reviews, and they realize, okay, this just doesn't work. You'll see restaurants that open and a month later they're shut down because they're like,
Especially in Chicago.
we're pivoting because it didn't work.
Yep.
Great concept, didn't work.
And, always welcome customer feedback.
And
Even
that-
if you end up going in a different direction,
And
as you might say.
And for those, and for the theater, and for the restaurant, that's customer feedback. Somebody's not going to buy your tickets. You need to go in
Right.
a different direction.
People didn't like it.
Right? So, listening to customers is important. I wouldn't, we've never taken their feedback and said, oh, we have to go do this, but we'll talk about it and we'll say, hey, is this something that we should consider implement?
I hate firms that give surveys. I absolutely, or that do some form of a user group. I just, it drives me out of my mind. The
But
other
for
side,
certain industries, they have to have it.
really?
Yeah, for.
Do you
Okay.
think, here it comes. Do you think Steve Jobs ever went out and did a
nobody,
market survey?
No,
nobody ever.
nothing
You don't need to
revolutionary.
do.
Of course not.
I cannot stand firms that email or write to their customers and ask questions and do surveys and that kind of stuff. People that want to give you feedback will give you feedback.
That's right.
What's important, and this is a critical takeaway. What's important is that you're open and you respond to the feedback.
You welcome it.
You welcome as much feedback. We've always done that. What's not important is that you necessarily listen to
What
it.
you do with it.
What you do with it.
But you you welcome it.
You love it.
Yeah.
It's the relationship. Listen,
Right.
here's my idea, and if you tell me I don't want your idea, then I freaking hate you. If you tell me, oh, thanks for the idea. I don't know if we're going to put it in play, but thanks for the
Right.
idea.
Right. Yep. Stay customer centric and data driven, or data driven as you say, potato. Focus on actionable data.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the customer, obviously you need to be in the customer service business for this. And customer service could be B2B, doesn't have to be B2C. This is,
Whoever your customer is.
it's rare you have a business without a
Right.
customer you're going to be
Right.
dealing with. It is the way that we have built our businesses, and it's what we have lived and breathed for the last 25 plus years on the retail side. Data for me is relatively new, and we had an amazing data team at Tasty, and it's really impressive when you see, because math is math, numbers are numbers. So you can believe something, but if the numbers are showing you something else, then there's a disconnect. And my guess is that the numbers are going to, assuming the data is good data, it's clean data, the numbers are going to be correct.
I'm sitting here trying to think of a good example of, the feedback loop. And I had to just tell you a quick story. So we were sponsoring, the last couple of years, we sponsored the Cubs, right?
Go Cubs.
Go Cubs.
Go Cubs.
And so one time I was talking with Tom Ricketts, who's the chairman, whatever, president of the Cubs.
Owner.
And it was before the season started. And I go, and I knew this, as soon as I said it, I'm like, why am I even saying this? And I said, I hope you're focusing this off season on bringing in another starting pitcher. And he looked at me like I'm sure he wanted to pour a cup of coffee over top of me. He looked at me and said, thank you. We're focusing on the same thing. But that's the example of me giving him feedback. He definitely did not want my feedback. But he was nice enough to accept the feedback and act like
we haven't thought about that. Thank you.
Thank you for your feedback. I just felt like I had to say something,
Yep, sure. Maybe you could have stayed quiet. Clarify your vision.
Obviously, as soon as I walked out that night, I'm like, God, I should have just shut up.
Well, why?
I should have said, how is your roast beef? Rather than...
All right, so clarify your vision, because this avoids wasting time and helps team execute the shift. Because you need everybody to be on board with the vision.
No, you need the vision
when
to
you're
be clear.
pivoting.
It
needs to be clear as day.
I've been around so many entrepreneurs, business people, where the vision is like, they can't articulate it.
Right.
And they're like, well, do what you think you need to do.
You don't even know what they're asking.
You don't really know. It's a little like my marriage. I have no idea what anybody's asking.
Oh, okay. We're going to continue.
I don't know what you're asking. I don't know what you're asking, but I'll do it. Whatever.
But sure. All right. Iteration, agility, and mental toughness, because pivots are rarely smooth.
Yeah, for sure. And this one is, for me, it's the psychological side of it. Most people think that if you're pivoting, you failed.
Right.
And most people don't want to fail because then they're going to say, well, I made a mistake, I'm an idiot, whatever it is. That has nothing to do with it. The ability to pivot, to me, is the first part, is the agility and mental toughness, because you're saying, look, I had an idea, I really thought it was working, and now I've come to realize that I'm pushing on a string, I got to move. So don't take it as a personal attack. Take it as something that you're going to compliment yourself and pat yourself on the back and say, now you don't know if the pivot's going to work, but hopefully the pivot worked better than whatever you are doing. And if the pivot doesn't work, keep pivoting.
Yeah.
I mean,
most businessmen actually or business people will say, pivoting actually avoided a real failure, like a bad one. Because you pivot, and so you.
Well, there are lots of examples. Like if you listen to the most recent Jensen Hong interview, he's like, we were 30 days away from failure. We had to pivot.
Right.
That was a good pivot.
It's a good pivot.
That was
when you think about the greatest pivots in history. Besides the Bears getting a new coach this year, when you think about the greatest pivots in history, you're thinking like Steve Jobs, pivoting kind of away from computers at the time and really getting into music and just figuring it out, and then pivoting again into phones and whatever else. But I think that when you look at a lot of great companies, they've made some incredible pivots.
Yeah.
And they're not easy, and they're tough to sell.
Right.
And you get boards. You're going to get pushback from your board. You're going to get, because that's not why you're here, and you're going to get pushback from everybody. And it's also an unknown, so they're hard.
Right. That's why you have to have mental toughness, as we say, right?
Yep.
All right. Cool. So, perfect timing as usual for our market talk. So you guys take it away.
Do.
No.
That's not
I don't like to
the
hear that.
screen I wanted to see. So Fed number today, when we went on air, about 45 minutes ago, SPOOs were up 2. They're now 51. So obviously Powell must have said something really good. SPOOs are 6,900. So now literally on the doorstep of all-time highs. We've got NASDAQ up 137 to 25, about 25
it was
change.
weak all day.
Weak all day. Gold's up 27. Silver's up $1.28. and ugh. Bitcoin's up 560 to just under 94,000. Ethereum's up 75 bucks to 3,400 and change. 10-year is down a little bit, and bonds are up 16, which is really where they were, when the number was
Up 14, yeah.
right. Apple up $1.85. Amazon up 4, Google up 3, Meta down 8.5, Microsoft down 14.
Meta and Microsoft have not moved all day.
No.
They've said all day.
Micron down 10, 11.
Up 10.
I'm sorry, up 10, up 11. Netflix down 3 and change. So it's interesting with Netflix, with obviously the uncertainty with this deal, which I don't know why it's getting hit like this, but whatever.
I mean, I don't really care.
I don't
but
need
since
that,
the
no
split,
position.
it's been straight down.
Straight down. And Nvidia's down $1.32.
The one thing that's interesting about Netflix is, besides the fact that every time some stock splits, people think it's going to go straight back up, and you don't realize that for most of the stocks that split, an equal number go down after the split, then go up, even at all-time highs. Like Chipotle's been cut in half. Netflix is down, almost 20% or 15 to 20% from the split. The tape action there has not been good. Nvidia, has dropped a lot the last 2 days after good news. Everything's been a buy the rumor, sell the news. But this is an interesting late afternoon rally, because I thought they looked a little heavy after the number came out.
I mean, the number that came out, they were up 25, and then they sold off to unchanged just 45 minutes ago, an hour ago. And obviously Powell, I guess the answer is he ruled out rate hikes going forward. I don't know if that's into perpetuity, like we're never raising rates, or it's just not on the table for next year.
Well, the expected move after, with S&P's pretty much unchanged, is about $40. And I felt like that move was a little bit low, but with the NASDAQ as weak as it was, when you see Microsoft and Meta down so much all day and very heavy, and no immediate reaction after the number came out, I mean, it's a quarter point drop. It was already built in. It was a 97% chance.
Yep.
I mean,
so this was a given. Everybody knew this was going to happen, and obviously now that it's actually happened. But again, I think the comment, my guess is the comment that's taken the market up so much is that if in fact that he did say it, that rate hikes are off the table.
then why are gold and silver up so much?
Why not?
Yeah, this takes silver to a new all-time high, and after the number came out, it was actually down a little bit. So it's a very, it's a big move.
Yep.
And a lot of times, especially in the last year, when we've had a Fed announcement, the market has underestimated the expected move. Like, it hasn't been a great premium selling adventure. Bond premium today got hit a little bit, but not much. And option premium, I mean, the VIX is down pretty huge today. Like, the VIX is down almost 10%, right? And so I think this is, I'm going to say it's almost typical action for a rate move, a move of 50, 60 handles, but it wasn't in the cards.
Apparently it was.
Apparently, well, it wasn't in the prices. I shouldn't say the cards. It wasn't in the prices.
Right.
I mean, you got a bunch of new highs here today. So,
I mean, we could print new highs. I mean, there's still 25 minutes left in the day. We could get to
S&Ps are, you got to get to 69.30.
Okay, well, it's 23 points away.
Yep. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that kind of jumps off the screen at me.
A lot of green.
A lot of green. Yeah, gold's up 25 bucks. Yeah, silver's had a much bigger move than gold. I don't like that. The gold-silver ratio is under 70. Under 70.
Crazy.
Now, I put it on last night, took it off today. Going to put it back on probably tonight. All right, what else do you do here? Do you sell this rally into a perfect double top? Or remember, you're getting into December triple witching, which is extremely bullish over time. And you're getting to the end of the year, absence of sellers. These are the kind of moves where like you want to sell them so bad, but sometimes you don't get a
You don't
sell
get-
off till the end of January.
I guess time will tell. We shall see. We'll
That's
see. I mean,
very profound. Time will tell.
But again, these moves, what is this statistically? They reverse within a couple days. So we'll see. I mean, there's a reason why premium was bid, after the numbers, and obviously here's the reason, because the market felt he was going to come out and say something. So let's see how they close the week out. And
Statistically, you have about 24 hours.
for what?
Usually you get a reversal within the first 48.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So reversal.
There's a show on that called The First 48.
Is there?
But it's not on this.
No. So we'll see if there was a reversal and they give it up tomorrow or, Friday, then we'll see. Otherwise, I mean, at this point, seems reasonable that they're going to go for new highs, but we'll see.
According to the television, there's a 50% chance, there's a 50% less chance that you catch a criminal in a homicide if it
It's
goes
not
past
caught.
48 hours.
48 hours.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yes. And so with respect to my short position in the market, there is a significantly better chance that I take off a digit if we don't turn around in the next 48 hours.
So on that note, thank you for watching. Happy Wednesday. And remember, starting next week on Monday, we're going to 9 o'clock live call in. So please think about your calls. Please reach out to us, 312-448-7032. We will start taking calls, queuing them up about 10 minutes before the show starts. So, and then we're going to take them throughout the show. So we will be ready basically within the first couple of minutes to start going to callers. So
And if you don't call in, we're going to send you an invoice for watching.
Oh,
That's cool, right?
sure.
We're going to digitize it and send you an invoice.
There we
No,
go.
just, yeah.
Call
Ask anything.
us.
Nothing's off limits.
Yes.
We'll talk trading. We'll talk business. We want to talk value. We want to give context around all that. And pretty soon, we'll be introducing our software on air.
Yes, pretty soon.
beautiful.
Very exciting. All right,
right.
have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.